Today I just want to massively thank absolutely everybody that's subscribed to my channel so far, and we have hit the 50,000 mark. Actually, we did hit it a little while ago, but I haven't really gotten around to make a video yet until today. And again, just thank you everybody for sticking with it, and especially to people that have been here for a very long time. I'm not going to cry today, and I think that once we get the silver plaque and to 100,000, which will happen maybe in the future, or, you know, we might not. Things might happen, circumstances might change, but I'm firmly thinking we're on our bullet train to the big leagues. And yeah, just generally, you won't see some tears until then. But I just have little bits of my journey, why I started doing YouTube, like sort of thoughts on people that might want to get into it, and also I'm going to do my Q&A as well, where with just a few of the questions that I picked out. So first off, I just want to talk about like what got me into doing YouTube and sort of doing it more often. So actually, originally I did it because about 2 years ago, I was very, very depressed and quite ill with it actually, to the point where it was very serious and I was going to a therapist. And to begin with, the YouTube was something that I'd already been doing kind of like little bits of, like little gameplay montages. I actually started with Star Wars Galaxies, then I started playing Planet 2. And just doing the videos, having the interaction, it gave me some good feels, I guess. And at the time, it was one of the activities that basically kept me active as a person, and I could do just generally quite easily and could manage. And it was something that I put into my schedule, and it was just something to work at, and you get feedback. And it just was like a sense of fulfillment of making the videos. And I do recommend kind of to people, if you are in a situation where you're feeling down, that being creative or doing something active can help to sort of bring you up and make you feel like what you're doing is worthwhile. Not everybody has the luxury of being able to do something like this and not keep up a job or like have time for it, I guess. So it's always going to be up to you. And like I say, with mental health, if you have any problems, be sure to go to a doctor. If you can't go to a doctor, maybe talk to a local mental health charity, as they're going to be people that are volunteering and that will want to hear what's going on with you. And it is good to talk to somebody, especially if it is getting serious. So good luck everybody on that. I'm actually feeling great at the moment, as I'm off of medication. I'm just generally in a good place at the moment, and the YouTube's really taking off and is a good thing for me. So but I want to just give some real talk in that I think that some people go into YouTube thinking that, oh yes, I'm going to be super successful straight away, and also like what exactly is super successful. But I just think that you have to go into it and want to make videos and enjoy making videos and sort of enjoy the process. For me, like the voice acting and sort of the creative, like doing little bits of like scripting and things like that are the most fun for me. The editing I really hate, but I guess I can get over that. But you need to be able to be committed and put out enough content, and like sometimes you just don't get seen, and sometimes you have to be realistic in what you're making and what sort of audience you're going for. Like, I guess if you're starting out, do it because you enjoy it. Don't do it to get big. Because you're probably not going to get there as fast as you would like. Like, I've been at it for like, 3 years, and I'm only getting to the point where it's getting quite serious now. Even though it's getting quite serious, it isn't like a full-time job. Well, actually, I treat it like a full-time job, but I'm not getting a full-time job wage, I guess is the way it works out. But we're getting close, actually. We're getting close, folks. But I just say, don't worry about what your quality of content is straight away. Just get on, make stuff, and get your feels out. Feel how things are. Look at tutorials on YouTube on how to make videos. Just play the games you want to play. Put out videos that you think you enjoy. Put out montages to begin with. Just fun things that you enjoy doing. Put yourself on camera, even if you've got crappy quality, and just see if you can get an audience. And one thing that you do have to deal with is trolls and people that are putting bad comments. And that's one of the downsides, but you can deal with it if you just look mainly at the positive comments and then sometimes look at the negative ones and say, well, are they saying something that I can improve on my video or not? You just got to kind of consider whether or not it's worthwhile actually listening to them, or if they're just spouting a load of crap. And sometimes people's language barriers mean that you take it the wrong way. Like sometimes they're being really direct, but they're not actually being negative, like not negative in the sense that they're being insulting. They're actually meaning to be like critical. So you've always got to take into consideration whether actually they are insulting you or bad-mouthing your video, and sometimes they aren't. I would just say I think everybody can be creative and can put something out, even if you aren't like creative, like thinking creative as like making like wacky videos and being like, oh yeah, I'm the biggest gamer in the world and stuff like that. I think that even like people like to watch things that are methodical and like about strategy, and that's really like layered out in a way that's sort of structured. Like, I think there's like different ways that you can get into it, and just getting into YouTube and content creating is a lot of fun and can be fun, and it should be a fun process, and I wouldn't take it too seriously straight away. Just do it for the fun and then let the other stuff come to it with time. Anyway, I'm just going to go through some of the questions now. The first one is from Donatic Dutch. So with the hashtag Joshino, a lot of people have been using these hashtags. I don't know if they actually do anything, but if you want to put your question for the next time in the comment section below, you can always put hashtag AskJoshino before it, as I do these every like 2 weeks or so. This one's been like put off because I was waiting until I had the 50,000 subscribers. What they say is, how is your everyday life as being Joshino? Well, basically I wake up, I go downstairs, I have a little walk, a wander, try and get myself into the mood, come back upstairs. Either I'll have thought about what videos I'm going to make the days before, or I'll start doing some like mind chart or something, what topics I can cover this day, what content I can make. And then I sit down and try and edit videos as long as possible. I look at what's happening in games, and in Paladins mainly, obviously I'm playing a lot of it at the moment, seeing if anything's being covered or anything's like come about that I can cover. And then basically just get on with making the video, get the video out, take a break, go for a walk, maybe watch something, then get back to work and try and work on another video. If I can't get it out in time that day, then maybe they'll carry on to the next day. And that's sort of my what I do every day. And then occasionally I'll take a break and go out with friends and stuff. I don't know, we just sort of go out at night mainly, so drinking in the local bars and whatnot. But I guess sometimes we go to the carvery or just generally go for a walk or something, but I need to do some more real lives, to be honest. I've got a bit lax with that. Kibikira says, Ask Joshino, what goals have you set for your life? So I don't really have that big, like, long-term goals, but my short-term goals are sort of to move into my own apartment, whether it's like a shared apartment or not. The main thing is having, like, super fast internet connection, because at the moment I'm using my 4G hotspot on my phone to stream, and it's limited to like 40 gigabytes, and that only means in real terms like 10-12 hours of streaming a month, maybe more like 15 hours, but not a lot. Also, I can't upload videos on my actual computer. I have to go onto my phone, which is also really fiddly. And just generally, like, sometimes the internet goes down, sometimes when I'm playing games I'm lagging, and it just makes it really hard to be a gaming content creator where I am at the moment. So moving into a flat, whether it be a garbage flat, like rubbish, I don't mind, as long as it has a really fast internet connection. It's like kind of close to the city, because at the moment I'm struggling to get around in transport because I live in the middle of nowhere on a farm, so with the family still. So, and I guess the independence is nice as well, especially as I'm 25, I think. 24, 25, 26, somewhere in there. And I guess it's like getting to the point where I feel awkward. Well, I mean, it has been that way for like 5 years, but I've had other problems that I've got over, and I've mentioned at the start of the video. Anyway, long term, just, I guess, to make a living and be a decent chap. And I guess that's it. Have a pension to go to. I don't want to be like mega rich or anything. It's never been my aspiration. Just to be a good chap. Maybe have some impact on the local. Have some impact politically, and sort of, I don't know, taking humanity into the future, I guess, is like what I would have as one of my bigger goals, but I don't really know if I'm going to achieve that. Also, NICX2 says, Ask Joshino, since you play some Overwatch, what are your top 3 most played heroes? And what do you like about Overwatch that you put into Paladins and vice versa? So I haven't played that much recently, but I do usually play Hanzo, Genji, and Roadhog. Obviously, Hanzo and Genji are the ones I think are like troll picks. Mainly, and the reason why I like to play those two is because of the mobility, and they have a bit more mobility than the other champions, the other heroes in the game. And I find it going from Paladins to Overwatch hard when a lot of the other the heroes can't like roll or jump or have a lot of mobility. I guess Pharah does, like, but still, it's not quite as much as in Paladins. What do I like about Overwatch? I guess the graphics and the sort of physics in the game in Overwatch are a bit better than Paladins. Like, going back, I thought it was much better, but actually when you look at it, they're quite a bit better, but not hugely so. And like, I think it'd be nice to have some environment elements that you could interact with in the spawn rooms. And like, the spawn rooms in general in Paladins are quite stale, and you don't have that much fun in there. I wouldn't say there's like too much to go from either game, because I do think they are different enough that they offer different experiences, and that's kind of the strength, as to you can play both of them and still have fun. And then Luli X says, ask Joshino, how do you enjoy playing Overwatch after Paladins, and does it worth buying it after I play Paladins? So I still play Overwatch occasionally with my real life friends, and I still enjoy it, and I also enjoy Paladins. Like, Paladins is more like, I'd say there's like a scale of the MOBA games like Dota 2, LoL, go down from Smite and things like that, to Overwatch and Paladins ahead of, well, Paladins is more MOBA-y than Overwatch, and then you have things like Lawbreaker, and like a scale from arena shooter to like MOBA game. And like, there's a scale of games that are sort of going on that with these heroes and champions, and they are far enough apart that they're different enough to play. And I do enjoy Overwatch and playing Paladins, and they both can be played separately or at the same time. And I think that maybe try Overwatch on the free weekend and see if you like it, because they do free weekends quite often, and then maybe buy it because they're often on sale then during that free weekend. So I'd check it out then, see if you want to buy it. Sasa Van Yuki asks, you do look like a grown-up emo kid, and by the way, that was before I had the black hair, that was with the red hair. I mean, like, people who had a phase in the 00s, the millennials, FOB, MCR, AFI. I don't actually know what that means. Maybe that's more of a local thing. And says, you know the type. I really don't, but I guess I know what emo is. What subculture were you most interested in as a teen? I sort of flip-flop through a bit of everything. I was a townie, a bit chavvy at one point. I was a bit gothy at one point, a bit grabby at one point. I never really fit in, and I've never really had a style. I've never really like been anything. I'm just sort of meh. I'm a bit nothing, I guess. And this was actually unintentionally dark. My idea of black is different to, I guess, the reality of what actually black is, which is this, matte black. I sort of thought it was very, like, what I now know is very dark brown. So I made a bit of an error. Although I think I'm going to go with it. Why not? Yeah, when I dyed my hair, because it was red before and like the roots had come out and stuff, and it was not good anymore. And then I went for black, because I thought, oh, that'll cover up the red. That'll get rid of it completely. But yeah, it's turned into this. And then the next question. QWERTY you Pazde for 2675. Am I the only one that loves your hair? With a monkey face like this? Apparently so. I think most of the comments were negative about the red hair. The black hair, not had that much feedback yet, but I'm guessing we're going to get more. Can says, do you work for Paladins or do you have contact with the devs? I don't work with Paladins or Hi-Rez in any way. Personally, I think that if I was to work for Hi-Rez, which I don't want to, I wouldn't be able to carry on with my YouTube channel. I wouldn't be able to do what I do now, because there'd be an issue where I might be sort of sponsoring or like promoting the game rather than, and it would be a bit of a weird situation I'd be in as a YouTube content creator. Rel, the biggest YouTuber for PlanetSide, became a developer, and his YouTube channel completely changed because it's more like insight into the game rather than he couldn't really play it, and so it sort of changed how he approached it. He couldn't be critical anymore of the game, or like do like in-depth analysis of weapons and mechanics and say like his honest opinions on everything. He can only say sort of the line of the development, but he does give new insight into what he's changing, I guess. But it just sort of changes up your content, and I'm happy at the moment doing what I do, I guess. Benita Gamal Krasna says, I love your vids. I learn a lot playing Paladins. Question, do you only coach competitive players? So every time I've done my coach Joshino, it's been somebody in a competitive game. I haven't insisted on that. They've just decided to do it because it adds another level on, because I can talk about drafting as well. Personally, I need to get on with the coaching more because I've missed out a few. But generally, I just go on Discord and say whenever I'm making the episode, is anyone in the EU region? Because if I go into any other region, I might lag too much. And I'd basically go into game, do /spectate, and then their name, and watch their game and do commentary there. So just stick on Discord and then see if I ask and be the first person to go, please, me, please, me, please, me, please. Anyway, Raging Fox says, are you ever going to collab with Prince Danny? Number 1 on the leaderboard with Androxus. So Prince Danny is a cool dude and one of the pro players. He's Team AGG, I think. And I don't know why. Like, the thing is, like, if I was to collaborate with someone, there'd have to be sort of a plan. Or like, why would I collaborate with Prince Danny? Like, what would we do? I don't know. That's the sort of thing. Like, whenever it's like, oh, collaborate with this other YouTuber, it's like, okay, but what do we do? What do we do? Maybe we should make like a YouTuber squad up, like a 5 YouTubers versus 5 Twitch streamers or something. Could be funny. But yeah, Prince Danny's a cool guy, and he also played in my tournament. And it was interesting watching him because he was sort of just coaching his whole team and telling them exactly what to do. Maybe herding cats a little bit. Kurok says, who's my favourite hero in Gigantic? I used to play a lot of Mozu, the little sort of a mouse guy with the 2 1s. And I think we're going to make a video either today, tomorrow, or the next day on Gigantic and do sort of like a play about it. And I'm going to talk about sort of the situation it's in and the way, like, because it's interesting what the situation they've found themselves in, because they've had like trouble with Windows 10. And like that, they're not access to everybody. It's just it's an interesting situation as a game. Esgrego22 says, hi Joshino, love your vids, keep doing what you're doing, I will always follow you, thank you very much. What is the best skin in Paladins at the moment in your opinion? Definitely the Dreadhunter Drogo skin took everything to a next level, with those just basically firing off alien eggs, and just generally it looked epic. Like, it looked like something that had come out of Alien mashed with something from Doom. So it just generally was pretty epic. And I do like playing Drogo, so that's another plus. Eurus Tadic says, do you know where Serbia is? Big hi from Serbia. I'm fairly sure it's like below Hungary, isn't it? Above Greece, like 2 above Greece, somewhere in that region. I haven't been to Serbia, but I have been to Hungary. And Budapest was really nice, actually. Fantastic. And we went to an Airbnb, and we had this massive flat over like one of the squares in Hungary, and it was very cheap. But yeah, it was just epic, and yeah, lovely. Well, Hungary was lovely anyway. Maybe I should try out Serbia next. Red Fox says, what game do you think you'll play if you run out of Paladins content? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I'm enjoying Paladins at the moment. I don't see myself as a Paladins YouTuber or whatever. I just enjoy Paladins at the moment. It's what I'm covering mainly. Like, something could happen, like some sort of schism or something that ruins the game, then might have to move on, but I haven't got any plans at the moment. I'm just covering what games I enjoy, like when I get the chance. Like, it's just more about time and managing playing the games at the moment, but I haven't really thought about that at the moment, dude. The Ender Dude. Joshino, did you ever play TF2? I did back in the day, and I played quite a lot of it, but I just can't really go back because I feel like I've done it. Like, I've done TF2. It's sort of something that's in my past now. Jan Simons, do you like sports? And how do you feel about parkour freerunning, which is officially recognised as a sport in the UK? I don't really do sports. I've quite a keen interest in esports, but real life sports have never been my thing. And parkour, I guess it's cool. I don't really have any thoughts on it. Sorry, man. Quinton Sire. Do you still have my wisdom teeth? Unfortunately, yeah, and they are a problem. They're probably going to have to be removed at some point. The Asiac. What languages do you speak? Only English, unfortunately. I know little bits of German, like, hallo, mineral Wasser bitte. Eine mineral Wasser bitte. Like, that's 1 mineral water, please. That's fantastic German. I know very little French, and yeah, that's about it. So, sorry about that. I guess I know a little bit of Japanese, but only from watching anime. So, it's very broken and limited. Nihon Subarashi. San Diego, Russia says, do you think we'll ever get a PlanetSide 3, and will it be a big game? I don't think there'll be a PlanetSide 3, only because of PlanetSide 2 not ever being a really big success. And I think like the developers actually said that it wasn't like profitable until fairly recently, so it took a long time for it to become profitable. And obviously all the stuff that happened with SOE and getting taken over by the liquidation company or whatever it is, like some sort of acquisition company, I think it's had a rocky past, and I don't know, they don't think they have the development power to get another game. I think what our hopes have to be is that either Battlefield will expand and maybe go for something that's more like an MMO/shooter and try and do it themselves with EA, or maybe another company will pick it up and try and do something similar to PlanetSide, but I don't think there'll be another PlanetSide 3 anytime soon. Anyway, those were all the questions. Again, thank you absolutely everybody for subscribing, being active, and just generally sticking around. And I can't really believe that I've got this far, but hey, it's awesome. And yeah, thanks to everybody. and I'll see you all next time. If you want to have your question answered in the next Q&A, which won't be a 50,000 announcement, then put it in the comment section below. You can put the hashtag #AskJoshino, but you don't have to. And subscribe for more of my content if you did enjoy it, and like the video if you enjoyed it as well. I'll see you all next time. Joshino.